Most Amazon sellers waste between 15 and 50% of their traffic by sending it to low conversion rate product pages. And that ruins your ACoS, balloons your ad spend, and will make your bookkeeper madder than a cat in a bathtub. But over the last 10 years, while building Amazon product pages for some of the most profitable brands on Amazon, my team and I have developed a proven system to quadruple conversions in the shortest time possible. The disruptive strategies in this video work for beginners all the way up to advanced sellers. So whether you're making $10 a month on Amazon or $100,000 a month on Amazon, I'm going to show you examples and then also counter examples so that by the end of this video, you'll be able to build high performing Amazon product pages that drive more sales. Basically, you can just steal my exact framework that I'm using for those product pages and get a 4x or a 6x conversion rate bump in just a few days from now. And at the end of the day, you're going to enjoy a better return on your ad spend, improve your ACoS, and have the Amazon algorithm loving you so much that you can scale up faster than grandma with unlimited bingo cards. Plus, that kind of bump does wonders for your bank account. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Sean Farrington, and I don't have a course to sell you. I don't have anything to sell you. In fact, just the opposite. My mission is to help 1,000 people reach $100,000 in sales on Amazon, all for free. So I'm just going to show you what my team at Ecom Optimization have been doing to drive Amazon sales upward of $100 million annually. There's one thing that I see people mess up all the time, and it causes their products to never get the views that they really deserve. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of our clients' Amazon pages that's generating a healthy 15% conversion rate. So that way we can break down the analytics behind the strategy that's being used and what actually goes into such a number so you can generate these results as well. So here we are on Amazon, and you can see that this is 1 week's time. We have a little over 70,000 in sales just for this week, and 25,000 total sessions or shoppers went into this product page over this week. And also during that time, we see that over 3,900 units were ordered in this 1 week period. And this is an important metric because what this is saying is that when they hit this Amazon product page, that they're actually clicking that add to cart button, which is so important for us because that's the first step to selling. And so when all of this process is done, we're maintaining a 15% conversion rate, which is pretty good since most good Amazon stores are averaging 2, maybe 3% in conversion rates, which isn't a bad starting rate at all. And as you know, it's really easy to enjoy high conversion rates when your sales are low and when you're just starting out, and especially when you're not driving paid traffic. But when you start getting more sales, it's harder to get those double-digit conversions, especially when you're selling $250,000 a month and when there's paid traffic in the mix, like with this account. But our goal is to get your conversion rates busting at the seams, so let's jump into it. Now, first things first, we want to pay special attention to one specific area of your Amazon product page, because remember that the traffic that's coming to your product pages will likely be cold traffic, meaning they don't have any prior relationship with your business or your products. So that means that you have 5 seconds to demonstrate why people should trust you, and you have to do it quickly. But worse than that, if you don't convince them within those 5 seconds, Amazon actually sets up traps to steal your traffic. Let me show you what I mean. See these? These are traffic traps that Amazon has set up, and they're here to grab any traffic that does this. That's what I'm doing right now. This action, what I'm doing right now, is called scrolling below the fold. When shoppers scroll below the fold, there's a greater than 90% probability that you didn't engage them enough above the fold and you just lost the sale. Now, this is not good for you, but it's also not good for Amazon because Amazon makes money when people buy stuff. So Amazon really wants that sale. And because your listing did not get the sale, Amazon will do its best to trap them right here. And then they're going to add to the pain by punishing you in the rankings as well. So we want to give this area a lot of love to get it just right. And there are specific strategies to use in this above the fold section that need some special attention. LuckView does a good job above the fold with one specific item called a story image. Look at this. Save all the happy moments. Now this is for a car camera, not an iPhone, not a mirrorless camera, but just a camera to keep watch on kids in the back seat. But look at how they have spun a deeply emotional benefit into their marketing. This brand realized what shoppers care deeply about, and they built a short but sweet story around it in one image. Now, sadly, not all sellers do this. In fact, the other sellers in this space completely missed the mark, like this one. It just talks about boring facts, dual channel display. Why would shoppers care? And that's why Luck View is getting 400 sales a month on this listing. And that's also why the competitors are not. And what this comes down to is emotional simplicity. Now, don't worry if you haven't heard about that yet. Most haven't, but that's what Happy View is doing when they tell you this little emotional story, plus add in their unique selling proposition, their USP. They've got their emotional simplicity down to just 5 powerful words. And those 5 words become the thrust of their messaging. And then they've got this film strip that they show a bunch of happy moments. And they laid that all out in one story image. And all that emotional simplicity is packed right in there. When we did the same with Cryo Concepts listing, deep market research told us that the top reasons people wanted to get rid of warts was to avoid embarrassment and to feel good wearing their favorite outfits. So images like this reduce emotional simplicity to 7 words. The Happy Family reinforces who this is for. Now, this says summer outfits, but we just swap these out by season. So during back to school time, we have emotional simplicity around going back to school. And this is a really big conversion factor, one of the biggest, in fact, because our internal data at Ecom Optimization shows that 63% of your conversions will happen right here in your image stack. And our heat map studies reinforce that truth. See precisely where shoppers' eyes are drawn? So getting the emotional simplicity on a story image is a big factor in this listing's 15% conversion rate. But notice, it's not just here. It's over here as well. End embarrassing warts fast. 4 words. Anyone who has ever had warts relates. There's no need for long, flowery sentences, no need to show the back of the box or list the ingredients. Wording like this helps overcome that 5-second barrier before they've gone away. Now, back to our car cam example, because right here, we see the opposite of emotional simplicity. ACZ420, what does that mean to shoppers? And worse than that, this headline almost gets lost in this little girl's white shirt. It's just very, very confusing. Lots of times, people make Amazon marketing overly confusing, certainly more than they need to. They either have too much information or they don't have enough of the right information. Even more so, people give information for the sake of giving it, but it's not necessarily the right information, the information that shoppers truly need to make a purchase. And sadly, that's what's happening here. First, why name it that? Call it Car Care Memory Cam or something more benefit-oriented. You need to make sure that you know exactly what people desire. And that's all the information you really need to deliver. And I know, lots of you are coming to Amazon from selling on websites and you're used to having like 10 or 15 different images on your website. And you're freaked out by only having 6 or 7 in most Amazon categories. However, what you'll notice is that one single image packs in tons of emotions. And you might be surprised by this because if you can convey all of that information, you can actually have fewer images and still see a very high conversion rate. Like with this listing that we did for an outdoor product. When we learned that this product was being used by upscale hotels and resorts, we spun it into social proof with wording like hotel and resort owners, choose us. And those 6 words were really helpful in boosting conversions that drove Amazon sales to $2.8 million in just under 6 months. But there's a problem that I see too many sellers getting themselves into that ultimately kills sales conversions on great products. And it never really lets them see the light of day on Amazon. But when you get this right, it can be a real boon to your Amazon conversion rate. Now, I might not know anything about any of your products, but if loads of other people have chosen you before, then that makes me feel like you're a safe bet. So when I'm looking to improve conversion rates on Amazon, I really want to dig deep into credibility triggers. There's 2 big credibility triggers on Amazon. The first is reviews. This is basic Amazon 101. Now notice on this product page how there are 214,000 reviews. This helps shoppers trust this product fast. It's like a shortcut to trust. And it's part of the reason that this listing is doing $5 million a month. So when getting started on Amazon, we set the minimum first target at 20 reviews, no less. Because something magical happens to conversion rates when we break past those single-digit reviews and cross that 20 ratings mark. So that's your minimum first target. But reviews and ratings are not the only credibility trigger you have available to you. There are a handful of subtle yet very effective credibility triggers that most sellers never even notice. The good news is we don't even need shoppers to leverage them. Hey, we don't even need Amazon's permission to add them. So buying doggy care products is a scary thing for most pet parents. That's why you need to over leverage your credibility triggers to make people feel incredibly safe. So what do you do if you have 0 reviews? Do you give up? Well, no. However, we need to understand that as a shopper, this is a tense situation. Here I am on your listing and there's no evidence that anyone has ever used your product before, and my little fur baby is super precious to me. So you've got to convince me to take the risk on your product and then to use it on my best friend. And if my best friend gets hurt or starts yelping in pain, there is no return policy or lifetime guarantee that will make any difference at all. But there are some powerfully simple moves that you can make. For example, you could share the number of dogs that you've helped. That's simple. You could share the number of years that you've been helping cats with fleas. That would be okay. But what I really like to do is just hand shoppers the proof. Give them the comfort that they desperately desire. Add those credibility triggers yourself. First, you can just say it in your copy. Pet parents tell us that the lab-accurate results from PetMed's glucose strips give them the peace of mind that their loved one won't crash because of bad readouts. Something like that. But that's not all. Why not just show them a wonderful quote placed right on a picture of a happy dog owner? It's a nice little flex just to let you know that, hey, this product has helped real people like you, and now they're happy. See? Right there is all the credibility you need. And you can use this trick as many times over as you want. And a great section to do this in is down below the fold, but with a twist. Now, you're probably familiar with objection handling as a concept in the sales process. Most sales teams will have a script for objection handling that lists the common objections that prospects might have and how to handle each one of these one by one. But very few businesses think about objection handling in their Amazon marketing. But really, that doesn't make any sense because there are objections that are in your shopper's mind before they even arrive on your listing. And some of these objections will stop them from ever giving your product a shot, which is why it's so important that you understand how to properly curate high converting Amazon sales pages. And on this channel, we have lots of videos about increasing sales. So definitely make sure to subscribe if you want to see more tips and tricks that you won't find anywhere else on YouTube, like this one. Because a really good fact section can do wonders for your conversion rate. This section is available with Amazon's new premium A+ content, and it works really, really well. However, if you're going to use a fact module, don't make it complicated. Keep it super simple and clean. Think clarity. So you can basically use the fact to overcome big objections right up front. And keep it simple. Instead of long-winded answers about accessories and attachments, start your answers with a simple yes or no. In this case, we answer yes, and then we hit them with some credibility triggers. Customers say the attachments snap on, super easy, and we put it in quotes to boost the credibility even further. Also, make sure to use this fact section in a way that highlights your unique selling proposition. Our product is made with military-grade polymers and withstands up to 5,000 pounds of force. So in other words, don't make the facts complicated, because if you're answering a question like, how tough is this? And then they open this thing and basically you're not saying anything emotional or unique, it's useless. So make sure that if you're going to use a fact section, that you use it as a way to differentiate and to stir up emotions or to highlight your unique selling propositions. Again, buying certain products is really scary for shoppers. So you need to over leverage your social proof down here in the FAQ as well. Make them feel really, really safe. So with this listing, how does it make people feel safe? Well, is there any evidence that anybody has ever used this product before? Yes, even over here in the copy, it says fans tell us that they can finally avoid the needles. So if shoppers wanted to find some social proof, they could see that all these people already took the risks and they liked the product. In fact, on this pet listing, they could find loads of credibility triggers all over the listing. And because we've done that, this page will be converting at really high rates. So why are people buying this product? Well, fans tell us this wireless dog training collar works wonders to quickly boundary train dogs. And what are some of the sales objections we have to overcome, especially for people with complicated yards? Well, pet parents with large yards and complicated spaces say this gives them peace of mind that their best friend has up to 10 acres of safe roaming. And that's being delivered right up front so that people can just read this and know exactly what they're getting, hit that add to cart button and check out. It's that simple. It really breaks down to making everything clear and emotional. And the more direct you can be doing this, the more conversions you'll likely see. And we're gonna even build up more around ads, which I'll show you in a minute. But first, while we're on the subject of credibility, as we've already mentioned, reviews are going to be a very big part of your conversion rates and your social proof. Now, you may be thinking, but Sean, there's nothing I can do with my reviews. Well, that's not what big sellers think. In fact, from the moment that we onboard a client at Ecom Optimization, we get to work influencing this section right down here. First, we obviously work to get better and better reviews. Inserts and incentivization work wonders that way. But you can also work on getting reviews with user-generated videos. Amazon loves these kind of videos because videos give validation about whether a product's actually good, and that's very important. Now, a product that's no good and that people hate will definitely affect your conversion rates in a negative way. So obviously we don't want to do that, but a good product with even a basic review videos is great validation for anybody who's interested in purchasing. So having videos in reviews is definitely more important so people can just push play and quickly decide whether or not they want to add to the cart. Now, one thing I want to say is that Amazon offers some unique functionality on its product pages, but sadly, most sellers either ignore this functionality or they just use it out of the box as Amazon intended. And by doing this, they leave a lot of money on the table. So I want to show you how to hack that functionality and even to customize it for your business. And customizing Amazon to you and to your business is important because everyone is definitely on their own unique journey when it comes to Amazon. And where you're at in the process may be different from where somebody else is at in the process. So let me say this, if you're looking for custom one-on-one advice, we do offer a jungle map for you where we show you exactly the right steps for your unique product and your unique goals on Amazon. We cover your conversion factors and your ads and optimization and scale and organic strategies for getting free viral traffic on Amazon. We've done this for hundreds of our clients and taken them from 10K to six figures and even six figures to $200,000 per month, and taken some clients from zero all the way to $1 million in under 6 months' time. You can check those out at that link, ecom-optimization.net, PrecisionFit Pathway. There's a form on there and we just ask you for a bit of information about your business and about your marketing goals. Then we'll record a video which we'll send to you by email showing you how to generate more sales for your Amazon listing or how to launch your product onto Amazon, and everything's uniquely tailored to you. It's all completely free and it's unbelievable. And this is a page where you request your jungle map if you haven't already. So I highly recommend applying for this by clicking the link in the pinned comment and see if it's a right fit for you. And if you have any questions about this jungle map, definitely feel free to reach out to me and I'll answer any questions you have around this. Now, about hacking that functionality. One function that I find too many sellers simply ignoring or using in boring, uninspired ways is the comparison chart. What I really like is comparison charts that are designed to increase conversions and top-line sales. And of course, this definitely depends on what type of products you're selling. But here, what this brand is doing with their headphones is comparing their headphones versus other similar options all within their brand. And that's a simple way to use this conversion chart. And that's how Amazon wanted you to use the conversion chart. But a better way is to actually add more money to your bank account by getting larger average order values, or AOVs. This means that while a shopper may have jumped on your product page looking to buy a $36 item, they actually go away spending $45 or $68 instead. And that means that your listing just increased its value and your bank account got bigger, but also Amazon now likes you more as well. Okay, so to make sure that you create bundles and value-added offers down here that boost your average order value. Now this does take some time and effort, but the idea is that this comparison table lets shoppers quickly see the different options available to them, and you just lead them up a value ladder to higher priced options. But you're gonna notice one thing, that this is all brand focused. These are your solutions from your brand that you offer right here. Your brand solves all of this. It's fast, it's simple, and it's an easy way to boost your average order value. Now, while a comparison chart may be a little bit more advanced, there is one basic function that most Amazon sellers just zip by. And sadly, it kills conversions. Maybe you've heard about the contrast pricing theory. This is a psychological strategy that leverages a high anchor price, e.g. the list price or the retail price, to establish the perceived value of your product, and then uses lower prices to create an irresistible bargain effect. On Amazon, I like to use contrast pricing by setting 3 prices: retail price, your price, and a sale price. Here's how it works. The retail price, basically your MSRP. This is the anchor price, setting the highest perceived value of the product in the shopper's mind. Even if shoppers don't always expect to pay this amount, it establishes a psychological benchmark. Now, the next is your price. This is another reference point that shows a typical price before a discount is applied. It helps bridge that gap between the high anchor price and the actual sale price, reinforcing that idea of a significant discount. And then finally, we add the sale price. This is the price you ultimately wanted to sell for anyways, but the previous prices justify this pricing and make it feel like it's a bargain. When we set up listings in this way, it creates a powerful perception of savings and value. Shoppers just feel like they're getting a deal. Oh, it's a $100 product, but I'm getting it for less. That's a quick little hack to help you increase conversions. Now, look over here. See this video? Too many sellers have no videos on their product pages. And Amazon has done studies on this, and the product pages with videos on them increase conversions by 9.7% on average. If you understand the power of conversion rates, a 9-point bump is nuts. And as you can see, it's a video that's done in a modern user-generated content style. This is a video format that's essentially like a customer reviews that essentially shows the product and maybe the packaging while talking to other shoppers. So let's go ahead and look at this video.
Dealing with skin tags can be embarrassing, and dermatologist visits can be expensive.
So we're poking at these pains right from the opening, and we're showing some pretty big and embarrassing skin tags. Now, people that suffer with skin tags know that what she's saying is absolutely true. And this is just agitating the pain for those shoppers. Now, let's see if there's a solution.
That's why Skin Clinic Freeze and Clear is the perfect solution. It's FDA cleared, clinically proven, and can deliver results in as little as 1 treatment. Just tweeze it and freeze it at home.
Just tweeze it and freeze it at home. That delivers all the right information for somebody to convert. And it's part of the reason for the 15% conversion rate in this extremely competitive space. But let me be candid with you here. These days, viewers are reaching out with their Amazon product pages for me to look at, and I see so many of you have a 0.5 or maybe a 1% conversion rate. So what I'm going to show you next will help you to understand what's ultimately happening with your sales, which will ultimately lead to higher profit margins, more sales, and make it easier for you to scale your business on Amazon. So click that playlist right here, and I can't wait to show you how easy it all can really be.